So we moved to Vietnam. When you think of Vietnam, what's the first thing that comes to mind? I know you probably think war. I know that's the first thing we get from everyone when we say we're moving to Vietnam. Number two, you're probably thinking those conical hats that Vietnamese people wear, and they seem very useful actually. And the third thing is jungle. I know for me, I didn't have much of an image of Vietnam in my head before actually doing the research a few months before we decided to move here. One thing you probably did not have in mind is this. So before I get into why we moved to Vietnam, let me go back a little bit. So in 2012, I was working at an ice cream store, which I worked for 9 years, and my brother called me, and so he needed help setting something up for this business opportunity that he found that would offer him the possibility to work online. So I helped him out, but I was like, hey, actually I might be interested in that too. So the guy who was actually, a lot of you guys may know that course, but the guy that was actually teaching the course was living in Costa Rica. So every day I'm watching his videos, and he's living next to the beach, and so I was very inspired. Every day I'm looking at his videos thinking, man, like I wish I could do that. Well, I'm gonna work on being able to do that one day. So I made the decision to start this journey of becoming a digital nomad. All right, so at the time I'm living in Miami, so just like most of you guys, I'm starting from zero. I don't have much money to start, nothing. I'm starting from zero. So fast forward to 2015, I've at this point dabbled with many different things online. I've sold on eBay, sold on Amazon, started my own company. So long story short, 2015, found some success, and I was able to quit my job working at Haagen-Dazs. It was a pretty sad day because I actually, as much as this was not my lifelong dream to be working at an ice cream shop, there was not one day that I did not enjoy working with the people I worked with. So finally gave my keys back. I was the manager at that point. So fast forward to 2018, my wife was also able to make an income online. Okay, now we have nothing holding us back. We can actually go and travel and do what we've always wanted to do. We started researching where we would like to travel to one day. So we looked at Colombia, we looked at Cape Town, which is very beautiful. My brother actually went there and he loved it. We even looked at Bali, Thailand, and while we're doing all the research, we started seeing some videos from people going to Vietnam. All right, now they're going to Saigon, which is in the south, or Hanoi, which is in the north. Now those are both the two hotspots where most Americans go to, but they're also the most populated. And so as we started doing more research and following different YouTubers living abroad, we found Our Curious Georgia, then found Da Nang, Vietnam. We thought, wow, this actually looks pretty nice. Like, this is not what I had in mind. This is not what Vietnam looked like in my mind before we actually saw those videos. So we were like, man, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Because the coast looks exactly like South Beach, and we lived in Miami. So yeah, let's do it. So January 1st, after we have dinner with the family and everything, Christina looks at me and she says, do you want to buy the tickets today? First, we were really excited. We said the moment we have the income, both of us completely online, we're gonna go. But at that moment, the moment of making the decision, it really hit me. So I said, right now? She said, yeah. So I said, okay. Well, I can't lie. It is at this moment that you realize it's about to get real. We go outside in the backyard, we get our laptops, and we order the tickets. It was exciting, but also it hit me that now it's real. We had 3 months to leave Miami. So we had 3 months to sell everything, get rid of everything that we own, and get out of here in 3 months. Christina, very excited, started selling off everything we had. And the next morning, I woke up at 4 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. It was actually not scary. I expected this. When you do anything big, it's a big change in our lives. You're gonna have moments of anxiety, doubts, which I prepped for all those things. I knew they would come, so that did not prevent us from moving on with what we had to do. But I guess it was the thought of telling our parents, telling our family, wondering what they were gonna think, what they would say. So it was I guess I had a lot on my mind, so I couldn't go back to sleep that morning. So I got up, I went for a walk in the neighborhood very early, and you know, I realized that this is normal. There's the quote that says, feel the fear and do it anyways, and this is exactly what I did. We told my parents the very next day, and they were very supportive and excited. Obviously, you know, they're sad that you were leaving, and so they let it known that they would prefer that we stayed, but you know, we have to do what we have to do. We have to live our dreams. So the next day we tell Christina's parents. Surprisingly, they were very receptive also. So, well, once we told everybody, we told our parents and our friends, that weight kind of left. I guess this was probably the hardest part, which was informing everyone that we're leaving and what they were gonna say and think. So once that was out the way, the adventure began. So why did we choose Vietnam out of everywhere that we could have gone, and why should you potentially consider coming here too? So first and foremost, you get the best of all worlds here, for us at least. We get the beach, which is actually a very beautiful long beach, and this one specifically, Mai Beach, was actually ranked number 7 in the world on Forbes, I believe. And so being from the Caribbean and living in Miami for 14 years, we really missed having mountains around. So that's not a huge reason why, but it's definitely a plus to have it only 15 minutes away. Just ride your bike or your motorbike or your car, and 15 minutes away you can go up to the mountains, and there are a lot of different things to do here. And you also get the high rises. We've always wanted to experience the city life. We've always lived in, you know, single family homes with, you know, fence. I've always wanted to have a view when I look out my apartment and be able to see the beach. We are gonna do an apartment tour sometime in the near future, so if you want to see that, subscribe, you'll get first dibs. So the next thing is the food is amazing. That's another video that I'll be doing. The best places to eat based on my recommendations. Everything we've eaten here, we've been here for 2 weeks. Everything has impressed me, from the very affordable street food to the high-end restaurants. High-end, you know, still being about $10 a person. Watch out for that video where I'm gonna talk specifically about food here in Da Nang, which leads to the next point, which is it's very affordable here. We have a 1-bedroom apartment 5-7 minutes away from the beach, and we're paying $450 for it. You can't beat that in Miami. In Miami, you'd be spending at least $1,500 for a 1-bedroom apartment walking distance from the beach. We get our laundry done now once a week, $2.15. So at least twice a day we go out and eat, and our meals vary between $2 to $5 per person for a full meal. A lot of times we can't even finish it. Vietnam is cheaper than Bali. It's actually cheaper than Thailand and many other countries here in Asia. So if money is a concern for you, this is the place. It is very safe. Actually, you can look, there's a website, you can check the safety numbers per country. Vietnam is actually surprisingly safer than a lot of those first world countries you know of, including our own. I'm just saying, it's actually a big misconception here that in Asia it's very dangerous. You will find danger wherever you go. Some simple things to keep in mind: just keep your things with you at all times. Don't leave your stuff hanging around on the beach, obviously. I know so many people back in Miami who have lost their things on the beach. So same thing may happen here, and someone may tell you, hey, it's not safe here in Asia. No, That happens everywhere. And next point is it's actually developing very fast. I heard that the government is planning to spend about $83 million to make this city a smart city. Da Nang, which is pretty small, so they are developing very fast. Everywhere you go, in fact, one of the negatives, you may say, is that everywhere you go, there's construction going on, which is a good thing for most people. I think it's a good thing because this place will be booming in the near future. Next one is the people here are so nice. Wherever we go, whether it's walking down an alley in between people's houses, the locals are just so inviting and so nice here. They will say hi to you, they'll start conversations even though they don't understand anything you're saying. They will try to start a conversation with you, and they make you feel so welcome here. I was telling my mom actually this week while I was chatting with her that I've never felt so happy every day in my life. You know, I wake up every day and I felt so at home here in only 2 weeks. I just feel like I've been living here for so long. Like, me and Christina were talking, you know, I think this starting to feel like it might be a place we may consider staying here long term. Even though our plans are to travel around and visit many different countries, we feel like this could be a place that we always come back to. And the next thing is the medical system here is actually pretty good. You can just take a flight to Singapore, which has, I believe they're in the top 5 you know, medical systems in the world. You know, you may hear stories about people going to Thailand getting world class, like if you have to remove your wisdom teeth for like $80, and the quality is really good here. Not to mention there's travel insurance, which we have. So if for any reason something happened to us here and we had to be transported all the way back to the US for hospital treatments or whatever, we're covered. And another point is that it's actually a very underrated digital nomad spot. Actually, most people think about Bali, Thailand, Chiang Mai, or Colombia, Medellin. Those are like the top places that people think about when they think digital nomad. But Vietnam, Da Nang specifically, is actually a very under the radar city that's actually gonna probably take over all the other ones. Because one thing that it has, the other ones have great cafes, great internet speeds. They don't have the beach. Remember that. Which also leads to the fact that the Wi-Fi here is amazing. If you know anything about Wi-Fi speeds, we get about 60 upload and 60 download in our apartment right now. So visas. Visas actually are very easy here. Actually, I've talked to many people from Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia, many different places here in Asia, and Vietnam is actually the easiest to get a visa. If you're American, you can actually get a whole year, a visa for a full year by just applying online and receiving it within 3 to 4 days. You don't even have to send your passports into the embassy. And if you're not American or not, you can get a visa approval letter, which is gonna allow you to get a visa when you arrive at the airport here, which is a story for another day. I'll be doing a video on that later. But just know that American or not, this is one of the easiest places to come to as far as visas. And last but not least, Vietnam is actually one of the best places to teach English in an actual school. Now, whether this is for supplementing your income, whether it's as a backup plan for if your business goes down or your job gets affected, or you don't even have a job and you just want to come here, you can actually get a teaching job here before you even show up, and that company will actually handle your visa. So you'll have a full year visa to come here and teach, and you don't even have to leave the country on a visa run. They make it so easy. What are you waiting for? Those were the main reasons why we felt Vietnam was the perfect place for us to start our traveling journey, and why you should probably consider coming here too. So to answer the question, why did we decide to come to Vietnam? Aside from all the other reasons I just listed, why this is a perfect place for anyone looking to live abroad, we just wanted to travel. It's as simple as that. This is just something we wanted to do, so we did it. We get to be next to the beach. We get to live the city life which we've never experienced, which would cost a fortune in Miami. We get to have our laundry done. The only argument me and Christina have ever had was when I forgot to do the laundry. So this is, as a friend told me, this is a big ROI on our relationship. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when the next video comes out. This is only week 2 for us. The adventure is just beginning, so follow along. Before I go, I'd like to inspire you to create a life worth living, whatever that means to you. My dream was to be able to make money online so I can live anywhere in the world and live next to the beach like this. That's one thing I wanted to do. A lot of people have told me, man, you're so lucky to be living the life of your dreams. I said, yeah, it's nice, but in reality, I'm not lucky. I've been wanting to do this since 2012. All right, what is it? 2019. That's 7 years. I've had this dream for a long time. All right, it doesn't happen overnight. I've had this dream. I made a plan. I worked. I've failed, and now I can come here, and it looks like I'm lucky. So whatever it is you want in your life, go after it, because one day they'll be calling you lucky. And yes, people will think you're crazy. I don't remember one person that I've told this to, that I was coming here to Vietnam, that didn't say, wow, like that's a crazy decision, man. Like, why are you going all the way in Asia? Some kind of response along those lines, and it was scary, all right, but I still did it. I felt the fear and I did it anyways. Jim Carrey had a quote where he said, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on what you love. And so this is what I'd like to inspire you to do. We're here in Vietnam. We are doing exactly what we wanted to do, living exactly how we wanted to live. It might turn out to be a complete disaster. We don't know, but then again, maybe it won't.